What's up, you guys? It's your girl ShelethiaTreNae, and I am back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my 0 to 4 week pregnancy update. I'm going to be explaining to you guys where I was when I found out I was pregnant, how this pregnancy occurred, and well, you guys know how it occurred, but I'm going to go into a little bit more detail, just not that type of detail. But I'm also going to let you guys know just if I was feeling any symptoms, any thoughts that was in the back of my mind, just how I was preparing myself mentally. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into this video. First, I want to make sure that you guys are subscribed to this channel. Make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more, and also make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any posts from me in the future. So I am a little bit late on doing these videos. I am currently 20 weeks, but I'm going to explain to you guys how I felt in the notes that I took and what I wrote in my journal for the segments of my pregnancy. So yes, you guys will get to see and hear what I was going through at the time, because I do want to document this journey and I don't want to ever have to look back and say, man, I wish I would have documented this. And I want to see like how my body changes and how my mental changes, because it already has. So yeah. Alright, you guys, so if you haven't already known, I am currently pregnant. This video is for my 0 to 4 week, and I'm going to tell you exactly where I was when I found out. So I was currently TDY, which is a temporary deployment, to a different location, but I wasn't that far away from home when I found out that I was pregnant. So I was working full-time, and I was still on crew, and yeah, we had some pretty stressful days and stressful timeline. So some days we were working 10 hours. Oh, my camera. Alright, you guys, my camera does not want to be great today. What in the world? As I was saying, my camera keeps swaying back and forth because I am sitting in front of a window and the wind is kind of blowing my stand. So okay, but anyway, I was working either 10 hours, 12 hours, or 8, depending on, it's never really 8, somewhere between 8.5 to 12.5 hours, whatever, something like that. So I was working full-time, and it's a very stressful job. So I was trying to take it easy, obviously, so my work effort kind of slightly decreased. Like, I was still very what's the word I'm looking for, like my performance was still very good. Let me put my phone on silent. So my work performance was still very good. I just wasn't as like out there as I usually am. Like, I'm normally like I'm a natural born leader, so I'm normally like the one that's always taking the initiative to do things, but I kind of fell back a little and let my peers kind of work through things on their own, and then I would just help out if really needed. So yeah, I would just kind of like fall back and just play in the background, which was unusual for me. So that was kind of like a sign. But at the same time, guys, just to put a disclaimer out there, this was a planned pregnancy. We were trying again. After the miscarriage that I had let you guys know about earlier, we decided to try again. It took us a while to want to try again. Like, we both knew in the back of our minds that we wanted to try again, but we just didn't want it to be so soon. And then it was such a big shock with what happened before that we were just kind of afraid to try again. One day we just decided that we just wanted to try again, and we just kept trying, and then boom, it happened. So I knew it was coming, right? That's what I'm trying to say. I knew it was coming, I just didn't know when it was coming. So if I had to like guess, I'm pretty sure that I conceived on our Mexico trip. Which I posted the vlog, or a mini vlog of that, back in May, which is when we went. So I'm pretty sure that's when it happened. So yes, this was a planned pregnancy. We knew that we were ready and that we wanted to start a family. What we did not know is that we were having twins. That was a huge surprise to both of us. So yeah, I was currently TDY. I was working, and I had 2 days off that week, and I took my first pregnancy test on June 2nd, and I saw a very faint, like so faint that like only I could see it. Like Kelsey was like, I don't see anything. Like it was a very faint line, and I couldn't tell if it was like the background of the pregnancy test line or if it was really like a line trying to form through. So 2 days later, on the 4th, I took another pregnancy test, another very faint line, but this one was definitely a little bit more visible. To me, at least. Kelsey was still like, I don't see anything. I will post those pictures around here somewhere so that you guys can see the difference between like the two. And you guys let me know if you see a line. I still see it to this day. I kind of just knew, because I was so like, I began to get very emotional. And this was just so early on. This is 0 to 4 weeks, you guys, but even in that 0 to 4 weeks, I just found myself being emotional. I found myself being more, I don't know, I think you just kind of like develop nurturing features to where you're just kind of like more calm, and I just felt like I was driving more safe. I was sleeping a lot. Like I was just, I just found myself like, I don't know, maybe it was just the stress, but I didn't really have any like pregnancy symptoms. I had very early pregnancy symptoms, but I wouldn't say that I had any like oh, I'm definitely pregnant, this is unusual, like type symptoms in my 0 to 4 week. So 2 days later, on the 6th, I believe it was, I took another pregnancy test, and that test, there was no doubt about it, I saw a line. And so I sent it to Kelsey on Facebook Messenger because he was at work, and I was like, look. And I had to call him because he was busy. I was like, look at your messenger, like look what just happened. And he was so happy that he like shed a tear, and I even shed a tear. But at the same time, you guys, like I was so scared, and I think he was too. Like we were both just like we wanted to be happy, but we did not want to get our hopes up, and then something wrong happened again, so we were just kind of like coasting this through. We were very, very, very secretive about it, didn't tell anybody, and we didn't tell anybody until I found out I was having twins. Now okay, keeping a pregnancy a secret is one thing, but finding out that you're having double trouble, that was just, I could not hold that in. So we had to tell our family the day that we had our appointment. So we confirmed pregnancy the next day, which was on the 7th or either the 9th, somewhere around that time in June, early June, first couple weeks of June is when I went to confirm pregnancy. I went to a different base. I had to go to the doctor on base to confirm my pregnancy, and they called me back that same day and were like, you are definitely pregnant. And I was like, okay, awesome, thanks. So we scheduled an appointment with we didn't schedule an appointment with my OBGYN. We already had, so I was already having appointments with my OBGYN since the miscarriage, so that she can track my body and make sure that everything was still going correctly. And she was just checking cervix, pelvic, she did my well woman exam. She was just very involved. She was invested since then, just making sure that my body was still on the right track, being healthy and all that stuff, because she knew that we did want to try again. So a little side story, personal story, she found fluid, like free fluid, in my pelvic area, and she wasn't really alarmed by it, but she wanted to continue to check on it to make sure that that fluid wouldn't spread anywhere else. So I was going to that appointment. I was 5 weeks at the time. I was going to that appointment to check for the fluid, make sure that everything was good. She was doing a follow-up on that, and she didn't see any more fluid, but what she did see was a yolk sac. And so she was like, you're pregnant. And I was like, yeah, I know. And so she was like, oh my god, like, you didn't tell us, and blah blah. And so I was like, I just wanted to make sure, you know, like, even though it had already been confirmed at my doctor on base, they only did blood work, so I didn't get a chance to like see anything on ultrasound because you're still very early. So this was the first like ultrasound appointment for us, and luckily she was able to see something very early because they normally don't, your OBGYN doesn't normally confirm pregnancy until week 8. So that's the earliest you'll be able to see anything, and even then it's so small, like everything is just really tiny. But she was able to see at 5 weeks my yolk sac forming, and then she went over, and then boom, there's another one. And I was like, I saw it before she saw it. I was kind of just like, what is that? Because you really don't know what you're looking at on ultrasounds. Like, you kind of just, it's gray and black and white, and you're just like, I don't know, like that could be anything, you know. So when she went over, I saw it, but I was just kind of like what is that? And then so she couldn't, the way they have it set up is where they're like only focusing on one specific area, so she couldn't really get to that area because it would revert to the first sac, but we could see glimpses of like the second sac. And so she was like, I think you're having twins. And she just kind of like looked, and me and Kelsey both were just like, what? Like, Kelsey's mouth dropped. He was staring at the screen like, I was like, I'm sorry, like, what did you say? And she was like, yeah. So she had to change it, like change the settings to two sacs so that she could see both at the same time. And that is when the focus was on, instead of on just one, it was on 2. So she saw the 2 sacs, and she was like, I think I see something in both of them, but it's too early to tell. So and we both saw, like, it was like literally like a nugget, like a little, like, I don't even want to, like, it was so small, like a raisin, like not even a raisin, like smaller than a raisin, like they were just little dots at the time. And so I was just like, wow, like, we came here for one thing, kind of knew, you know, another thing, but did not expect the twin thing to happen. So yeah, that's that. And I said I was gonna do that in another video, but I ended up telling you guys now, so whatever. So yeah, that's how we found out. And like I said, that was at week 5, so she counted that as like my first ultrasound appointment. And I don't think I went back until like week 9 for them to like confirm that it was twins. So yeah, from that point I didn't really have any symptoms. I was just very careful about, you know, my job. Really, my job was just so stressful, and it's very fast paced and high demand, and I just didn't know if I could really deliver that at the time. But oh my god, it got so much worse later, and I will tell you guys about that as I go through this process of explaining my pregnancy phase to you guys. But 0 to 4 week was easy. It was the easiest part really of the pregnancy, looking back at it now. So my sister brought me this book off of Amazon, and I don't know if you guys can see it. It's called The Belly Book, and here it's a picture of like a woman. I'm trying to let this focus a little. Okay, whatever. It's a picture of a woman, and it says, "Hello Belly, Goodbye Feet." And it says, "A 9-month journal for you and your growing belly" by Amy Krause Rosenthal. Sorry if I butchered that. Yeah, but this is the belly book, and it's a journal, and so in here it's split up by first trimester, second trimester, wait, here's that, first trimester, first, second, third. Okay, so it's split up like that, and I wrote in here, so it says congratulations, it's a blue line, and it just asks you to like say like when and where you took the pregnancy test, first reaction when you realized that it was positive, how you told your partner, and then their reaction, and then it's about who we told right away and their reactions, when we plan to tell our friends and co-workers, and so yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll just share what I haven't shared already. So in a nutshell, when and where I was when I took the pregnancy test, I told you guys I was TDY at another Air Force base. I told you the dates that I took the test. My first reaction when I found out it was positive, I kind of told you guys I was really scared, but I was thankful. What got me through this far so far is literally trusting God and his process and his work. I couldn't afford to sit here and think like the worst that could happen. I just had to, I kind of wanted to like go on with this pregnancy pretending like I didn't even know I was pregnant. Like I didn't want to, you know, be so nitpicky about everything, because when I found out when you're the most careful is when you start messing up stuff. So I just wanted to just kind of like keep my normal schedule, but just kind of tone it down a little bit so that I'm not putting my body in like shock. I didn't want to just go and lay down all day, just being afraid of the world, being afraid of going out and hurting myself first. Like I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to lock myself up in a room. I wanted to go out and still, you know, I still wanted to work. I still wanted to do all this stuff. Like I just wanted to be normal. So yeah, trusting God and his work and his process and just living your life. It was just that was very therapeutic to me, and that's what I think definitely, most definitely got me this far. So yeah. Alright you guys, so like I said, for 0 to 4 weeks there's really not much rambling to do about this video. I really didn't feel that many like pregnancy symptoms. It was still very early. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to some of you women out there that are pregnant or looking to get pregnant, and you're looking to what to expect. I will go ahead and record my second video, which was my 5 to 8 week video. This video, I got a lot to say. Like, these were the most stressful weeks of my entire life. So if you're looking forward to hearing about that, stay tuned for my next video. Bye.